Hello everyone, it's Moonkin FTW back with another episode of the RCT3 Coaster Challenge. In this episode, we're tackling the multi-dimensional roller coaster, which is a very odd roller coaster, and it's also one I have pretty much zero experience with. I'm, yeah, It's safe to say I've never made a multi-dimensional roller coaster in RC3, and I don't even think I think I made one or two just to try it out in RCT2, but I never really got any sort of experience or I never got good at it basically because the multi-dimensional roller coaster is it's very odd because of course you don't have the track where it makes loopings and this and that and it goes upside down or whatever, but the main feature, so to say, with the multi-dimensional roller coaster is, of course, that the seats also spin. So not only do you have to build a competent-looking track, you're also going to have to manually adjust the rotation or the degrees of the seats for every single track piece there is, which is exactly why you're going to see me kind of fidgeting around a lot when it comes to trying to figure out where exactly the seat should be in terms of degrees. And because this is the very first time I think I attempted this, apart from maybe once again in RC2, which was ages ago, I had to learn everything from scratch. So you see a lot of time, this is a lot of time of me just trying to figure out, okay, how does it work? How do I make sure that this rotates smoothly? Because of course, if it's very janky, that's also not going to be great. So this requires a lot of time. And again, you have to set the angle of the seats for every single piece. So if you want to make it go 360 degrees, you can't just do it for one piece 360 and that's it, because then they'll turn way too fast. You have to, gradually make sure that those seats rotate. So here you can see a lot of like, me adjusting the angle, then me going into the POV mode and checking, okay, how does it spin? How does this look? Does it look great? This and this and that. So a lot and lots and lots of changes. And yeah, this is a very interesting design. And again, it is really nice because this is, again, one of the reasons why I'm doing this challenge is because, this is a roller coaster I would normally never make. And now I got to try and make something of it, which is definitely not easy. And yeah, however, for now, we are kind of done, for now, at least with at least the track part. So now we can start focusing on the support side of the roller coaster. Now, because these multi-dimensional trains are very wide, I also had to kind of make some sort of a template, if you will, for this particular ride. So I made a pre-saved, or I made a support design with Moby Steel Jungle, and I'm kind of using that to build proper support for the multi-dimensional roller coaster. Because again, these trains are very wide, it's kind of unusual, so I have to improvise here and there. Now, luckily for the non-invert section, I can just use standard supports, which is exactly what I'm doing here. So I'm using some pre-saved designs that I have. I can just plop them down, and that's it. Now for the color scheme, I'm thinking red track and black supports. Again, I usually go with white supports, but I'm just trying to make sure that I also pick some, some unusual color schemes for us, stuff that I would normally use. So basically, that's what I'm trying to do. So now we can, we can pretty much go over this entire track and make sure everything, all the sides are supported and everything. And of course, the main focus about this ride is, of course, the POV with that crazy kind of twisting around and flipping upside down with those seats. And I think it's going to look really, really cool. But for now, we're just going to keep focusing on the custom supports. Again, I'm using Moby Steel Jungle because it's just by far the best custom support scenery there is. JCat Steelworks is a very nice support custom scenery pack, but if you want to go into greater detail, then Moby Steel Jungle is the way to go. I know there's a few other mods you can use. I think there's a mod, I forgot which one it's called, but it has really, really good connector pieces. But I'm trying not to go overkill with these builds. I mean, I want these to look nice, but I don't want to spend an eternity into every single build. Again, sometimes I have a lot of inspiration and I'll make something crazy. But generally speaking, I just try to keep it not too crazy, if you will. So yeah, we're getting closer and closer to finishing up the track. I'm also able to use, for some straight pieces, straight inverted pieces, I'm able to use a pre-made design that I also used before. I think it was for the flying coaster and a few others. I think for the mini coaster as well. and it works really well for this one as well. But when it comes to when the track is at an angle, like it's it's an angle, then it doesn't work because the trains are too wide. So I actually have to use these kind of L supports, and then here I can just use standard supports because the train is like not upside down, it's not inverted. So that is mostly done for the supports. Now we can focus on the footers. So I'm going to place footers everywhere. So, I really like this look. Oh, these coasters good, got you covered. So that in combination with Moby Slow Jungle is a killer combo for making some realistic looking supports. Now what I'm going to do here with this roller coaster is, again, I'm going to how do you say, like encircle the roller coaster in custom pathing. I'm going to use BC's path mods for this. It's a really nice add-on. It allows you to make curved paths. I've used this many times in this challenge and also many times before, and there's a good reason, because they just look amazing. So I'm just trying to figure out here and there what pieces I'm going to use. I'm going to make some diagonal there. And of course, a staple of mine is where I make a small kind of garden, flower area, whatever that is, like in front of the ride entrance and the exit. So we're just going to cover all the pathing. And I'm going to use Shy Guys planners again to fence off the pathing, so that guests can't just walk up and to the supports or anything like that, because that would be very dangerous. And these go perfectly with BC's path mods, because they they have the same size, so to say. So we're just going to place those last few fences here and clean this up. And then, yeah, we're getting closer and closer to being done. So here's my little flower garden that I always make at the entrance. I'm going to, of course, use BC's path mods to make this last few pieces of the entrance, of course. And yeah, we're getting closer and closer to finishing up this ride. Now we just need to plop down a station. And I'm looking at the support and like, yeah, I might just change that a little bit. But for now, we're just going to add some foliage to the trees, add foliage to the roller coaster area. And for this, I'm not going to incorporate trees outside. I just want this to be like the main focus piece. Sometimes I do it outside, sometimes I don't. But for now, I'm just going to keep it like this. And yeah, I'm going to save it. And that will be pretty much it for the multi-dimensional roller coaster. So I think it looks really, really cool. I'm a big fan of this one. I think it looks awesome. And I imagine the POV is going to be absolutely amazing. But we'll see about that. But yeah, I love it. I love the color scheme. And yeah, let's check out the POV here. So first off, we're going to, just like the multi-dimensional roller coaster in real life, we're going to start off backwards. Kind of odd, but you'll see it. So I'm hoping these twists will be, or the spinning of these seats will be kind of not too violently, because it's very difficult to recreate. But let's see if I can actually, let's see if this looks realistic. So we're almost at the top, I believe. Yep, there we go. So now we're going to go down vertically, and we're going to go ahead into our first section where the seats spin. That's actually very nice. Okay, that's really good. Where we have kind of like a, yeah, like we flip around, so we're basically back again. We have this big looping where we flip over. Oh, that's a little bit janky right there, but nah, that's okay. It's not too bad. Into the brake run. Here we go. Into the second section, we're gonna flip around here. Oh, that's wicked. Now we're just kind of being like an inverted roller coaster. And we flip around again. Ooh, that's trippy. Into the final few corners. Yes, we're gonna have still a final helix left. Right here. And then a turn to the left. And there we go. Or turn to the right. And there we go. Yeah, the trains kind of hit the supports for the station, but they're very, very wide. But yeah, other than that, I really like this. I'm a really big fan of the multi-dimensional roller coaster. It's got a bit of a weak spot in my heart. It's quite difficult to make, because again, you have to manually adjust all the degrees for every single track piece, so it can be very finicky to make one. But I think it's well worth it, because it's just such a unique design. I mean, it's just insane. I mean, it's insane enough that Arrow basically got bankrupt over this because it just was such an insanely expensive thing to make. But yeah, it's a really cool design. I hope you guys liked it too. I put a good amount of effort into this one, so I really hope you guys like it. So there you go, guys. Thanks again for watching. I'll be back pretty soon with another episode. But until then, have yourself a wonderful day.